Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News, the headlines. Former Health Minister Dr. CHILUFYA dares the law as he demands $50 million United States dollars from the Anti-Corruption Commission for malicious prosecution. UNZA lecturers ordered to return to work immediately. John with the details after this commercial.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
And now the media news in detail. Acting Minister of Education Elvis Nkandu has urged lecturers at the University of Zambia to immediately end their go-slow and resume lecturing as they, with immediate effect, will begin receiving their emoluments. The lecturers downed tools on Monday this week, which led to a student protest Tuesday, as examination at the institutions are expected to start on Monday, 15th November 2021. The Acting Minister of Education has also directed UNZA management to allow students with outstanding balances to write their examination but to withhold their results until arrears are paid.
The atmosphere has been tense at the country's highest learning institution in the recent days, as both lecturers and students have expressed displeasure with happenings at the institution. Lecturers downed tools on Monday this week, demanding payment of their emoluments, which saw the library and lecture theatres at the University of Zambia being locked up. This prompted a protest from students who took to the streets saying they are expected to begin writing examinations on Monday, 15th November 2021. Among other things, the students were also protesting scheduled maintenance by the power utility company ZESCO from 12th to 14th November 2021 in some parts of Lusaka, while they are expected to start writing exams. Acting Minister of Education Mr. Elvis Nkandu and Munali Member of Parliament Mr. Mike Mposha held an urgent meeting Wednesday morning with UNZA management and lecturer unions at the university. Mr. Nkandu has directed the lecturers to resume work, saying they will be paid. He asked that the ministry has also engaged ZESCO, who said the university will not be affected by the maintenance, as students are expected to start writing exams.
So to this effect, we directed the management to pay the workers so that that go-slow is done away with. And I'm happy that we've agreed from this room, no employee will be on go-slow. And obviously the union will be able to attest to that arrangement. I'm happy that from now on, our students will be given what they're supposed to be given, that they should allow students to write their exams. But the management will withhold their results so that they come and pay the remaining balance. And also, we need to come up with an MOU where we need to sign before anyone writes that I can only collect these results after payment of the remaining balance.
UNZA Vice Chancellor Professor Luke Mumba says UNZA management will align itself to the policies of the new administration.
The university operates under the government and the government of the day gives us policies. So if the policies have changed, we are obliged to do likewise. So indeed, again, with the case of the students, we have resolved that matter. The students will be communicated to. In fact, some have already been communicated to at Regio Campus that a resolution has been made that they write exams, we will withhold results. That is what has been resolved. So
meanwhile, leaders of the University of Zambia Lecturers and Researchers Union UNZA, the University of Zambia Professional Staff Union UNZA PROSU, and the University of Zambia Allied Workers Union UNZA have spoken out.
Now that we have resolved this matter, we will go back and revert to our normal duties of having the university be a premier university, a center of excellence, and also of a highly motivated workforce.
Let's mutually respect each other. We respect you as our managers entrusted to run the institutions. You also respect us as workers' representatives entrusted to look after the welfare and the interests of the workers. When there's a problem, it doesn't help anybody to run away from the workplace. You know, in fact, that's when a leader should be, because you can't be a general of an army only to be saluted in the mess. When there's a war, you run away.
Meetings as these, good as they may be in the end, as it has happened today, must be the very last resolution, the very last resort. If anything, they must not be there. What ought to be there is social dialogue among ourselves.
Meanwhile, Munali Member of Parliament Mr. Mike Mposha has called on students to desist from protests going forward as UNZA management has consented to dialogue. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
United Party for National Development member Mr. Lemons Nyirenda has dispelled allegations that President CHILUFYA is scheming the arrest of the Patriotic Front member CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI. This is after Mr. Nyirenda reported Mr. KAMBWILI for his alleged tribal statements during the just-ended KAMBWILI constituency by-elections in Eastern Province. Mr. Nyirenda has further accused the PF administration of being in the tendency of using divisive remarks that have potential of dividing the nation, which should not be tolerated. Meanwhile, Police Inspector General Lemi Kajoba recently revealed that police have opened an inquiry regarding the alleged tribal remarks, awaiting consent from the Director of Public Prosecutions to prosecute.
During a press briefing at United Party for National Development Secretariat on Wednesday, UPND member Mr. Lemons Nyirenda has dismissed allegations by a portion member of the opposition that President CHILUFYA is scheming the arrest of the Patriotic Front member CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI. This is in the matter where Mr. Nyirenda recently reported Mr. KAMBWILI to police for his alleged tribal sentiments during the just-ended KAMBWILI constituency by-elections in Eastern Province.
Akwete 49,000 votes. Anataka 49,000 votes. Wabayetika lungu ba PF. Akwete 250. Anataka 250. Nomba imwe. Nanga imwe. Ngabami pela 250. Atapata chishi mukana mapela la mavote ayengi.
Mr. Nyirenda has clarified that the president has nothing to do with this matter, hence must not be dragged into it.
I've been forced to respond because there are insinuations that the president, the party president, Hakainde CHILUFYA, is scheming as the Republican president to arrest CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI, which is totally untrue. I personally reported CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI on 2nd of October 2021. In which CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI uttered those words. So the issue of HH scheming to arrest CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI is not correct. After I reported, the police told me they were going to open a docket. After 2 weeks, no docket was opened. And I traveled all the way from Petauke to come to Lusaka, and I came to see the IG and as a follow-up on why CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI had not been arrested. Then I was told the matter was still in the pipeline because they needed to get consent from the office of the DPP.
He has further accused the PF administration of being in the habit of using divisive remarks from inception.
The issue of CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI issuing tribal remarks or hate speech is not new. It's not new. KAMBWILI's tribal remarks are coming from PF as a party. PF as a party has a policy which was designed to demonize the Tongans, to degrade the Tongans, to portray a picture that the Tonga can't be president. It is a PF policy. It was a PF policy. And I can prove that PF has a tribal agenda against the Tongas.
Efforts to get to Mr. KAMBWILI proved futile during broadcasting time. Meanwhile, Police Inspector General Lemi Kajoba recently revealed that police have opened an inquiry regarding the alleged tribal remarks, awaiting consent from Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, to prosecute. Alex Shimba, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Former Minister of Health Dr. CHILUFYA has given the Anti-Corruption Commission a 3-day ultimatum to pay him $50 million as damage for malicious prosecution. Dr. CHILUFYA, who was acquitted last year by the Lusaka Magistrate Court on corruption allegation charges, states that despite being fully aware of his innocence, SEC and the state proceeded to charge him. He states that failure to pay him by the Commission will compel him to use available platform to seek redress. This is according to a demand letter dated 9th November 2021 addressed to the Attorney General and the SEC Director General.
Almost a year after he was acquitted from the corruption charges that were leveled against him before the Lusaka's Magistrate Court, former Minister of Health CHILUFYA has been prompted to take action against the Anti-Corruption Commission, demanding that he be paid $50 million as compensation for unlawful prosecution. Dr. CHILUFYA, who is Mansa Central Member of Parliament, has written a demand letter to the Commission, giving them a 3-day ultimatum to pay him the said amount and give a public apology, failure to which he will take legal action against them. He says the money demanded is for the damages caused to his reputation, which he built over the years. According to a demand letter written by his lawyer Tutonguluwe, he states that the SEC allegedly opted to prosecute him despite knowing that he was innocent. The lawmaker says this can be confirmed by the audio recording allegedly involving SEC officers, which he has handed over to his lawyers. He adds that prior to his arrest, the SEC issued a number of media statements suggesting that he had committed an offense, when in fact not. He explains that the reflection on the malicious statement leveled against him shows that both the Commission and the state, being diligent in their dealings, they would not have caused any damages to him or even attempt to maliciously prosecute him as they did.
So, I wish to inform you that the Anti-Corruption Commission has today arrested Minister of Health, Dr. CHILUFYA. And Dr. CHILUFYA, 47, of House Number 4, Robert Kennedy Close, off Brentwood Avenue in Lusaka, was arrested today, and he has been charged with 4 counts of being in possession of property reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime. So this is contrary to Section 71, subsection 1 of the Forfeiture of Proceeds of Crime Act.
In 2020, the Magistrate Court acquitted the former minister after ruling that the prosecution brought sufficient evidence against him. On July 16, Dr. CHILUFYA had appeared before a Lusaka magistrate and denied 4 counts of corruption. The prosecution had alleged that the former health minister on 4 separate occasions used money believed to be proceeds of crime to acquire property, shares in tourism firm, and a passenger boat from the United Arab Emirates in the period between December 2016 and January 2018. For now, we wait and see how this issue unfolds. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
A ballistics expert has testified before the Lusaka High Court that a fatal bullet weighing 7.8 grams is alleged to have killed Nsama Chipyoka and Joseph Kaunda on the morning of 23rd December 2021. Daniel Banda, who is Assistant Superintendent working under Forensic Science Department as a ballistics expert, testified that investigations conducted revealed that the fatal bullet that was extracted from Kaunda's body during a post-mortem was the same one that had penetrated and perforated the thorax of Nsama. This is in a matter in which a police officer, Fanuel Nyundu, is accused of killing a state prosecutor Nsama Chipyoka and Joseph Kaunda last year when President Hakainde Hichilema had appeared before the police for questioning.
The murder trial of Fanuel Nyundu, a police constable, has commenced almost a year after he was accused of shooting dead a state prosecutor Nsama Chipyoka and Joseph Kaunda, UPND sympathizer, last year in December. Nyundu, aged 25, is facing 2 counts of murder, which he pleaded not guilty to on the 1st of November 2021, when he first appeared before a High Court judge. When trial commenced Wednesday morning, the state called their first witness on stand, Daniel Banda, an assistant superintendent working under the Forensic Science Department as a ballistic expert. In his testimony, Mr. Banda explained that on the 23rd of December 2020, they received a call from the Director of Public Prosecution requesting for forensic expert to visit the crime scene where Mr. Nsama and Kaunda were allegedly shot dead by the police while they were trying to dispense cadres who had unlawfully gathered at the police headquarters where President Hakainde Hichilema was summoned for questioning. The ballistic expert testified that upon reaching the crime scene, they found Mr. Nsama's body lying down in a pool of blood. His head was positioned to the northwestern, while his feet were positioned to the southeast direction. Further evidence produced before court is that there was a bullet wound on the right side of Mr. Nsama's chest, and this wound was characterized by an inward drag of body tissue, and had another exit wound at the left back side, and this wound was measured about 24 millimeters long and 14 at the base and was boat-shaped. While there was an entrance wound observed from the head of Mr. Kaunda. The court has also heard that a fatal bullet weighing 7.8 grams is alleged to have killed both victims. The characteristics of the entry wound of Mr. Kaunda were similar to that of the exit wound on Mr. Nsama in the dimension and general shape. Trial in the matter continues before court. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
We've come to the end of the news, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. Former Health Minister Dr. CHILUFYA dares the law as he demands $50 million United States dollars from ACC for malicious prosecution. UNZA lecturers ordered to return to work immediately. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Good afternoon.